Are we soon going to get out of this organization too? Will we finally have our own currency which is so long awaited by our people, Mr. President?
The currency is a sign of sovereignty. We are committed in a recovery process of our total sovereignty. France has robbed us for over 107 years. France must pay in cash debts of 65 years of systematic plundering of our resources and an extra 42 years. We will find a timeline so that we can be even with France. Currency is a step of exit from this colonization. The states of the Alliance of Sahel have experts, and at the right time, as I said, inshallah, we will decide, and we will decide inshallah.
Mr. President, after ECOWAS, Nigerians are increasingly questioning the benefit of our continued participation within the West African Economic and Monetary Union, BUYMEACOFFEE, an organization which harshly sanctioned our states. Are we soon going to get out of this organization too? Will we finally have our own currency which is so long awaited by our people, Mr. President?
Everything in its time. I say it, our states should have left of what had become of ECOWAS since 1990. However, till today, the numerical majority of members continue to be members of the community. We left before Mauritania had left, even if it is not under the same conditions. The currency is a sign of sovereignty. We are committed in a recovery process of our total sovereignty. We have said it. We must open the wardrobe of history, of the recent history of African states, remove all the files, dust them off, analyze them, evaluate them, and decide for the benefit and the interest of our peoples. There is no longer any question that our states are the cash cow of France. France has robbed us for over 107 years. France must pay in cash debts of 65 years of systematic plundering of our resources and an extra 42 years. We will find a timeline so that we can be even with France. Currency is a step of exit from this colonization. The states of the Alliance of Sahel have experts, and at the right time, as I said, inshallah, we will decide, and we will decide inshallah.
However, there are two hot topics that mainly interest Nigerians. Let's start with the first. In mid-January, the Prime Minister, Lamine Zine, carried out a series of missions which took him notably to Russia, Iran, and most recently to Turkey. What are the meanings and repercussions of this mission?
You asked me a question to know the future of the AES, the future, particularly for Niger. Very well. It's part of the solutions for the future of the AES. We understood where the problem is. We decided to solve the problem. We have always been made to understand that certain states are barbaric, backward, and retarded of these states. We owe them nothing, but we must expect nothing. We are not, as I said, illiterates of history. We know our history and we know the history of others. France had ceased to be a kingdom in which year? 1789, is that it? At that time, the last sultanate of Niger was in decline. We went through other stages, and we were in the sultanate phase at the time when the French were making their revolution. The empire of the Songhai, known through the dynasty of Dia, the Sunni dynasty. The Askia dynasty had ceased to exist as a prosperous empire in 1591. The Sultanate of Bornu had ceased to exist as an influential sultanate which covered almost the entire territory called Niger today. Around 1774, it was not yet the French Revolution. So, we know the history. We are not illiterate. Niger will decide in complete sovereignty to create alliances according to its interest and the interest of the Nigerian people and the peoples of the AES in a global way. For this, no one will tell us towards whom we should or should not go to. Our orientations will only respect the national interest. The interest of the people and not the will of a master or a supposed master. Niger will re-establish these old relationships with Russia, with Iran, with Turkey, with all the states which respect our dignity and sovereignty. We are no one's fags and we won't be anyone's faggot. No one will dictate to us towards who we should go to or not. Our interest and our interest are part of the solutions upon our exit from ECOWAS, because our interests have ceased to be taken into account within ECOWAS. We have left ECOWAS. We will be ready to establish relations with any country which respects our sovereignty, our independence, which is no longer theoretical, which is only on paper, a relationship, a cooperation of interest between states, but with mutual respect. Contrary to what the French want to impose on us and imagine in August 2023. To give you an idea of the contempt that France or the French authorities have for Niger, in August 2023, when we were in the most tense moments, a country of the European Union had proposed by video conference of the member countries of this union a way to end the crisis with Niger, an appeasement with Niger, and proposed to go to Niger instead of settling into a situation in a conflictual position to go towards Niger. The authorities of Niger, the new authorities, of course, to try to negotiate. You know what Macron answered to the authority of this country? Niger does not belong to you. Niger belongs to France, and it is not up to you to propose any solution whatsoever. It happened in August 2023 by video conference. If the country recognizes itself, it recognizes itself. And if he has the courage, it will come out to confirm what I just told you. Niger does not belong to this country. Niger belongs to France, and that's Macron who says it. It's Macron. The ignorance of history, because he did not know that at the time when they were making their revolution, we had finished traveling around the world. Niger, the territory called Niger, had finished circumnavigating the world, and the territory they called Niger had stopped experiencing all social organizations in political terms. And it is this country that Macron claims as being the exclusive property of France. It is within this framework that the trip of the Prime Minister falls to show that Niger is not the property of anyone. Anybody who thinks that he has no interest in dividing Niger, let him come and negotiate with us as equals, with dignity. We will go where the interest of our country will lead us. So that's it. What people thought or are thinking of Niger is gone forever. It's the new Niger. It's a Niger and an alliance of Sahel states, yes, which understood the issues and who have understood the way forward with the support of the people, and inshallah, with his support, we will not fail. We will not betray. Inshallah.